Okay, today's Bellwork says write the equation for the data displayed in the table below. And our equation is going to, oh goodness, the bell. It's going to go in the format of y equals mx plus b. So if we think back, the number that goes with x, that's supposed to represent your slope. And then the number that goes where the b is at is going to be our y-intercept. And also remember, when your x is 0, whatever the y value is, that is your y-intercept. Okay? So looking at the first table, I could go ahead and look and see if x is 0, because if it is, then I already know that this is my y-intercept. It's going to be 12. When I get ready to start my equation, I know it's going to say y equals, then something with x, and now I know that the y-intercept is positive 12, so I can put positive 12 down. To get my slope, remember we're going to do our x and y values. We'll set those up to do y2 minus y1, and then we would do x2 minus x1. When I put those numbers together, I would get 6 minus 0 is 6, and then negative 1 minus negative 2. This part you have to watch out for, because if there's minus a negative, that turns into a positive. So then it would say negative 1 plus 2, which is just 1. And then 6 over 1 is just 6. So now I know that my slope is 6. So I can come down in my equation. The entire thing would now be y equals 6x plus 12. The second table below, I don't see, when I look down my x values, I don't see a 0 right now, so I can't just go over and match. However, I do see that 0 would actually fit in between 1 and negative 1. So the value that's in between 4 and negative 2 would be, so if I have 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, and negative 2. If I want to find the middle value of that, I can cross these off until I get to the center. It looks like it would be positive 1. So now I know that my y-intercept should be positive 1. I could start my equation. Y equals something x, and now I know that the y-intercept is positive 1. Then I can take my values for x and y, have my first and second. I'm going to put those together, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which would be 4 minus 10. That is negative 6. And then negative 1 minus negative 3. Negative 1 minus negative 3. And again, there's minus a negative, which turns into a positive. So negative 1 plus 3 would be 2. Then I can simplify that. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. So now I know my slope is negative 3. Can come down in my equation and write negative 3. Final answer, y equals negative 3x plus 1. Then for the final table, remember when x is 0, the y value, all you have to do is match it up. So now I know my y-intercept is 30. If I start my equation, I could say y equals something x, and then the y-intercept is positive 30. Okay, I can now take my x and y values and label them. Then I can do my equation of y2 minus y1. If you do that, you get 28 minus 30. 28 minus 30 is negative 2. And then I would do 1 minus 0 for my x values. x2 minus x1 was 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0 is just 1. So now if I simplify negative 2 divided by 1, oops, sorry again, the bell, that would be negative 2. So now I can come down to my equation and put negative 2 in for my slope, and the final answer for that table would be y equals negative 2x.